Good morning, friends and neighbors. It is episode number 18 of Bacon in Your Mailbox. Goodness gracious.
We can vote.
Oh, my. Yes, we can. Well, I
Well,
don't know.
maybe.
I am Greg Milby, community storyteller. There is my friend, Jana Clark, community admirer, fresh out of the woods for
Truly,
Memorial Day weekend.
truly. I don't know anything.
So I'm going
Gotta
to have to
go
carry
back.
the show today.
Nope, I'm not.
Okay.
All you, friend.
All right. So hopefully you had a wonderful Memorial Day weekend. The weather turned out pretty phenomenal.
Yes. We had some thunder showers, but it worked out.
I can't remember if we did or not. Anyway, I know Saturday was stinking hot, or no, Sunday was hot, and
Yeah,
then yesterday was great. We had a great time, a lot of fun stuff going on. So you went camping.
I did. Well, okay, so my husband gets mad at me when I call it camping because there is a little bitty cabin that has a bathroom and a shower in it, and it has a fridge. But we slept outside in a tent and we cooked around a campfire. So I think that qualifies as camping with a
Yeah,
little.
I think so.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
I can't ever say much because we glamp. We have the camper.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
and I tell people there's a difference when people say, "Well, that's not camping." I'm like, "No, yes, that is camping. What you're doing is called tenting because you have
Yeah.
a tent. I'm
Yes.
camping because I have a camper."
Camper. So I tented, and I had a nice blow up mattress with like my own pillow from home. I mean, I slept like a baby. It was good. We had tons of fun. The kids fished, and we played frisbee and some football, and we sat around the campfire, made some s'mores, told funny stories about each other. You know how you start. You know how you get around with people and you start telling, oh, this funny story about Will, this funny story about, and it just piles on. Oh, and the one time, so we did a lot of that, and it was
And
really fun.
and you get the belly laugh chuckles to where when you wake
Oh,
up the next
listen,
morning, you're sore.
yes. And your
Yeah,
kids say my favorite time was when we were just sitting around in the around the fire talking, and I'm like, oh, that's so good. Like that's
yeah.
what I wanted you to love. So the fish, however, were not biting
Well, that's okay too, because
at
then
all.
you either got to put them back in or you got to clean them. I'm okay with.
Yep, there were
I've
none.
I've went before and not even put a worm on the hook. You just kind of put the bob. I just want to kind of chill out. So,
How'd that work out for you?
well, I didn't catch any, which has worked out perfectly. Other
I've
times when I
never
want
heard
to
of
catch them,
anyone fishing not wanting to catch something.
eh, that was just
That's a
one of
new
those
one.
days. I just wanted to kind of walk away and go somewhere and chill. And I don't want to have to be bug reeling that stuff in and taking them fish off and throwing it back out there. But that's very rare. Do I do that? I'd much rather do that than the other. All right, let's look at our. See, Vicky, first one in today with a hiya. She
Hi,
slid
yeah.
by. She slid by Ken this morning. So, but that's good.
It's on.
Yeah, but Ken's
I
there.
don't. I'm so confused on like. Listen, if I were confused before on what day of the week it is, I'm even more confused now. You throw in a little weekend holiday, summer, and quarantine on top of it all. I am even more confused.
Yeah, to me it was very confusing because it was a 3-day weekend.
Yeah.
But for other, I mean, with the whole quarantine thing and the COVID-19 thing, it just had this very weird feeling to it.
Yeah.
We did go. I know what we did Saturday. We bought garden plants. We finally
Oh.
put out some garden plants and did some stuff like that. So, um, but it just kind of felt weird the entire weekend that it
Hmm.
was Memorial Day weekend because normally we would either be at barbecue blues and bikes
You.
or we would be camping with some
Yeah.
friends of ours that we always go camping with.
Yes.
But with the country reopening, but it's not really reopened yet.
Right.
This is kind of
Right.
awkward.
Small little steps. I've seen lots of since I've been back. I got back last night. Just small little updates of things that people are starting to reopen and welcome guests to their businesses, and so I think it'll take us a while before we really realize what each step feels like.
Yeah. This past weekend was kind of like it was be like water skiing with a boat with a trolling motor. It was
Yeah.
just like, okay, I'm not really doing it yet, but maybe
True.
I am. So,
It's very true.
All right, well, we got to make the show official. Your bacon in your mailbox weather forecast, 20%
It's
chance of
definitely gotten
thunderstorms.
warmer in
Yeah,
18 shows. It's gotten warmer
yeah, most
from
definitely.
where we started, right?
We're heating this thing up.
We're heating this thing up.
High of 82 today with a 40% chance of thunderstorms. Overcast 65 tonight. And for Wednesday, scattered thunderstorms and a high of 77. I was a little worried there for a second that Jay Hobbs was going to be able to make fun of me again because I thought that I didn't change the day on my graphic, but I
You
did.
thought that you didn't, but you did.
I did. Yeah. Well, that's one of those things today. Your sports based on yesterday, there's still none. And I know Jay or somebody's going to jump in and say, "Well, wait a minute. NASCAR ran on Saturday or on Saturday night, and then
Yeah.
you had the Tiger Woods, Phil Mickelson, Tom
Yep.
Brady, and Peyton Manning thing on."
I heard a lot about that.
Yeah, but see, that was a couple of days ago. We don't go old news around here. We're fresh.
Got it.
So technically, there was no sports yesterday.
Got it.
So anyway, I'm just glad we both made it today because until about 7:30 last night, I'm going, oh, well, yeah, that's right. Tomorrow's Tuesday. So,
Oh, you left me hanging two Tuesdays in a row.
oh, yeah, I couldn't handle that. I wouldn't have done that to you. Not at all.
Oh, I would have been
Hey,
blowing the phone up.
oh, I'm sure
You
you
call
would.
your wife, your kids, your neighbors. Oh my goodness, it would have been tough on you.
All right, let's check out our sponsors. Stith Family Farms, Painville, Kentucky. Visit stithfamilyfarms.com. Also, Brian Dennis at the Award Center. Appreciate Brian's support. And yes, somebody will win. I got to count how many we have left here, by the way. The Ham of the Day Award.
There you go. Kristen was very excited about her award, by the way. She sent me a message and said, "Thank you for the birthday shouts and my award." So fun.
Oh, did she tell you what I did?
What?
We delivered.
Yay!
So we drove over to the parrot's house, and they're in isolation.
Yes, I know.
So they're in there because
Yep.
Kristen has some health issues.
Right.
So we wore masks and we stayed away from them and we didn't go in. We were on the
Right.
porch, but we pulled up. We're going to be sneaky, and here comes Dennis out. He was in the garage, probably acting like he was working. I don't know.
Probably he was just hiding.
So, but we ended up getting to talk to them for a while, and it was good. Good little visit.
Good. Did you tell him he's one of the few family members that hasn't gotten the magnificent award yet?
Yeah, I made sure I mentioned that a few times.
Good for
And
you.
I may text him today just to remind him of that.
Good. Yes, I think that is absolutely acceptable.
Amazing Glazing Donuts. They're
Listen, the Clark boys got to try a maple bacon donut recently, and literally they said, "Where have you been hiding these, Mom? Why have you been keeping these from us?" And I was like, "Listen."
Did you say you weren't ready yet?
I know. I was like, "Why is that my fault?"
Yeah.
And I said, "If you'd been watching the show more and paying more attention, you probably would have asked for it sooner, and maybe you could have scored one before then." But anyway, they loved them.
You get off that stupid Netflix, you get off that Fortnite, Minecraft, or whatever you're doing in there, but you just tell them, you just look them in the eye like this.
You give them the stink eye.
And you say, you weren't ready for maple bacon donuts.
Right.
And I'll let you know when you're ready
You
again.
didn't handle the maple bacon donut yet.
Yeah. Also, Bluegrass Cellular. Thank you, Bluegrass Cellular, for being our technology sponsor. Bluegrass Cellular, your community expanded. A big shout out and hello to Carter Blankenship this morning.
Morning, Carter.
I like when we throw that in different parts of the show. We keep Carter on his toes.
Yeah, you never know when it's going to hit you.
Yeah. All right. If you were looking for a reason to celebrate, as if that 3-day weekend was not enough, today is National Blueberry Cheesecake Day.
Ooh, do you like blueberry cheesecake?
I don't know if I like blueberry cheesecake or not. I like blueberries and I love cheesecake. I think
we're in the same camp on this. Like, I love them both separately, but I don't know so much together. I'm a cheesecake purist, to be honest.
Yeah, me too. I'm straight up. I don't need any extra flavorings on top of my cheesecake. If it's good.
It's good. It's good without that.
Yeah.
Right?
I wonder. I mean, since you spent all the weekend in the woods, I'm hoping you had a s'mores. I,
Well, oh, we did. And so bonus, I snuck in a few Reese's peanut butter cups. And I was like, if you'd like a little Reese's peanut butter cup with your s'more, and the kids they were just like flies on the
yeah.
hot
I
dog.
mean,
Yeah.
that will make a grown man cry.
Listen. And then of course there's the discussions about how you really like what's the best toasted marshmallow. You know this age old. I mean, like, listen, every single time we can't roast marshmallows without talking about the art of roasting a marshmallow. I'm like, can we just enjoy? You cook yours, you cook yours. It's all good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, all right. So let's debate that. How do you like your marshmallow roasted?
Brown, not burnt.
Okay. I'll go with that.
Yep. I like it almost falling off the stick, but I don't want it on fire. I don't,
You're a
you know,
gambler.
yes, I am. Risk taker.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's if if you're a single adult out there and you are looking to find a partner for life, that's one of the first questions you should ask.
Amen.
How do you like your roasted marshmallow? And
Where
you'll find out.
where do you fall? No pun intended.
I don't fall. That's my goal. Uh, I I don't get to the point where it's getting ready to fall. I'm not patient enough. I just need it hot enough that when I do put the Reese cup on it,
Yep.
then it'll be good.
Yep.
So Giselle Smith says she likes it super toasted, very brown, but agree not burnt. Again, that's an
I
art.
It is, but you have to pay attention, right? And so you can't just stick your thing in there and get distracted and watch this and talk about this. Like you have to be focused. And I'm committed because I like it that much. I like it to be perfect.
Yeah. And it's a tough, but I will tell you if you have never tried putting a Reese cup on your s'mores,
Yeah. You're not
I
living.
mean, you're not living right.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I know it's not traditional. If you're one of these traditionalists of going camping like that, it's not traditional. It's not the Hershey's. It's the Reese cup. But I'll tell you, it'll change your mind about how you're living.
It is super delish.
Maybe we should try a schmeeze cake or something. Put it because our friends up at Deuster's.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, Deuster's, if you're watching, I mean, we take another sponsorship if you want.
Hey,
Um,
listen, that is good stuff.
yeah, Deuster's has cheesecake on a stick when they're in the trailer. I don't think they
Oh,
have it in the store.
wow.
Have you ever had it?
No.
Because this makes me sad now because as with Hardin County Fair being canceled, that's where I would eat my frozen cheesecake on a stick.
That sounds like heaven on a stick.
It is chocolate dipped frozen cheesecake on a stick, and it's amazing.
That good, huh?
Yeah. So I think that's the only cheesecake I want to stick. I don't think I'll try the schmeeze cake because it would melt too easily.
That's totally true.
Yeah. Giselle says her husband is an expert marshmallow toaster. He makes my s'mores because he's cool like that. Yeah, it sounds like somebody's playing him.
Yep. Sounds like somebody's sitting back saying, "Would you make mine, please?"
Nobody roasts a marshmallow like you, honey.
You're the best at it.
Hold on, I gotta take my glasses off. You make the best roasted marshmallows ever.
My favorite.
Here. I'm just funning Giselle. Because I mean,
Oh, that's
I don't want to
awesome.
make her mad because then she won't ever write about me in her magazine.
I know. No, she will.
Yeah, like 4 years from now when they run out.
Hey, you know what else is today? And I'm curious about your take on this little fun little holiday. It's Paper Airplane Day.
Oh,
Are you a
yes.
are you a paper airplane engineer?
I am. It's been a
Oh,
while. It's been a while.
I'm horrible at it. I know that shocks you.
We this is not going to shock you. We actually, well, it might shock you. We, at a place I worked at years ago, during our break time, we would make paper airplanes and we would fly them for money.
Wow.
Yeah. Fly them for money. And there were a lot of rules. There's certain papers you could not use because of the density. Yeah.
Mine just mine just fly one direction.
To the ground.
Straight down.
Just got to work on that a little bit.
Hey, I'm reminded by something. My friend Krista said, you know what else is good on a s'mores? Bourbon ball.
Oh. I mean, I've never had that.
Oh my gosh. We do so we have this little Bourbon's Backyard s'mores kit that we put together for our event. And people have been, we started something, right? Because they're called Bourbon's Backyard s'mores. And they have, instead of like chocolate or Reese's, you just use a Kentucky bourbon ball. Delicious.
All right.
That's right up your alley, Milby.
You
need to get on that.
I will be on that. I will give that a shot. There's no doubt about that. Man, did you ever go, because you've done the bourbon chase before?
Yes.
Four Roses used to have the bourbon balls that you could get there during the race.
Oh, so see here, fun fact, I didn't go to Four Roses because you know how you have a team and you're split up? So I was in the other van. But I've been to Four Roses and I have had bourbon balls from there, but not during the chase. So if they're different, then I don't know.
So and then we found this out. A friend of ours who was our van driver, he was going to Frankfurt. This is after that when we had them that first night. They were just phenomenal. So he drove to Frankfurt for an event and went by Four Roses to pick up everybody on the team a dozen of those bourbon balls. And he goes in, looks around the gift shop, and the lady says, he asked the lady, said, "Hey, are you sold out of the bourbon balls?" She goes, "We don't sell them." He goes, "Well, I had them for the bourbon chase." And she goes, "Yeah, that's only that night for those bourbon balls. They're made by a lady in Louisville, and you can only get them that night." So the next year when we ran the bourbon chase, the lady that was on our team that ran into Four Roses, you have to get in your van and go to the next checkpoint.
Yep.
She gets out. She crosses the finish line, opens up this fanny pack she's got on around her waist, pulls out a baggie, and goes over there and starts shoveling them in. Because that was the only reason, and she's from Chicago, that was the only reason that she was on our team again, is because I think she wanted those bourbon balls.
Listen, that's priorities, right?
Yeah.
So get those wherever you get your bourbon balls from, and you can even buy them locally at different shops, order them in, fly them in, maybe not fly them in right now, however you can get them here and enjoy those in your backyard.
Yeah. Hey, Jay Hobbs mentions that Deuster's he had their banana split this weekend, which is, I've heard is amazing, but their bourbon ball ice cream. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Man, I'm weeping just a little bit. Not helping my diet thing. So
listen.
So you mentioned Paper Airplane Day. World Dracula Day is today. Yeah. I'm not really a big Dracula fan.
You know what else it is? It's Lindy Hop Day. Do you know how to do the Lindy Hop?
No.
Do you know what it is?
I'm guessing it's a dance.
That's
the jitterbug. Why I don't know. The jitterbug?
Jitterbug. Or it's close. It's like a version of the Carolina Swing, I think, the Lindy Hop. It's a dance.
The only time I'm decent at dancing is when I've got on rental shoes at a wedding and the floor is a little slick.
Oh.
Yeah. So
no, this is a for real dance. Lindy Hop was a person and invented this dance. And so if you ever hear anybody talking about doing the jitterbug, I think it's a version. Don't start fact checking me on my Lindy Hop trivia, but I think it's a dance that's much like the swing or the jitterbug.
All right.
Something like that.
Yeah. Hey, watch this. So what? Morgan Castor says she makes bourbon balls for her mother-in-law every year for Christmas. I think that's crap. She don't make bourbon balls.
What would make us believe that if Morgan made bourbon balls for us for a random day in June?
That would be fact checking. People fact check my bacon bits.
Yep.
Segment of the show. I
Yep.
mean, I'm just fact checking Morgan Castor right now.
So speaking of bacon bits, do you remember when you said that 30 the favorites come in less than 30% in a horse race?
Uh-huh.
I asked Mitch that, and he said, well, the only reason Greg knew that is because they talked about that on fake Derby Day when they were doing all that. He said he picked that up they told that when they were doing, and I was like, I don't think so.
No, it came out of my bathroom reader.
Recent information. He said, well, that's the only way anyone would know that is because they just talked about it. And I was like, hey, that's okay.
It's back there. Uncle John's bathroom reader.
I just thought it was funny that he was like he was like pretty adamant about where you had gotten your information and the timing of that. And I was like, do not question bacon bits. That is not your role. Your role is to just talk about them.
Yeah.
Don't get all high and mighty.
Yeah, you watch it, Mitch.
I know we could block him where he won't even know what we're talking about.
That would be so fun if you blocked your husband. Well, we don't need people talking around town. You know, Jana blocked her husband so she could have some time with Greg online. That just sounds weird.
Blocked him. He didn't even know what I'm talking about on bacon.
Hey, Ken Solis says mix Dooster's Bourbon Ball and Cherry Cordell. Best ice cream combo in the world.
Yum.
Man, I'm just saying, Dewey, over Dooster's. I mean, we're just smacking out all kinds of free stuff here for you. When you sell out of these ice creams here.
Listen. Hey, later when you put this online, tag them. So they can go back and look at what, I mean, listen, they'll be sold out of ice cream by the time they open tomorrow. No, they're pretty good at churning it out.
Yeah. Look at you. Wow. 3 days in the woods and you got that stuff down.
I'm coming out charging.
So Morgan says, I may have to see what I can do. It takes a while because I soaked my pecans for a week in Woodford.
Oh.
All right.
Sounds like she's putting you off.
Yeah. I'm doing nothing but sitting around in my basement playing on videos.
Hey, it's John Wayne's birthday. Do you like John Wayne?
I do. Oh, that is my go-to if I can, and I've not done this in a while, and I probably will do this soon. I binge watch old Westerns.
Oh, I like a good old Western.
Just
reminds me of my grandpa.
Man, this is good stuff.
Yep.
I mean, if we go camping and you know, if you don't take your Fire Stick and use your mobile hotspot, the only TV you get is on the antenna, and there's one of those channels that's the only one it seems to pick up when we go. It's where it plays old Westerns and some of those older shows. I just love that.
I think it's like the storylines and the old actors and just the grittiness of movies like that. Very Americana.
Yep. Happy birthday, John Wayne. Yep. World Redhead Day is today.
Oh, my dad he's gray now, but he's a redhead.
Hey, but do you make your dad mad or something? He hasn't been on the show in a while.
Listen, Greg, he is busy. His birthday was Saturday, and so I called him Friday, and I said, Dad, I'm going to be camping. I'm not going to be able to call you tomorrow. I'm not going to have service. So I called him Friday morning. Happy birthday. I won't be able to call you tomorrow. And so when I talked to him yesterday, it was like, I can't remember. I didn't really understand what you told me because he's having a hard time hearing right now because he's training on how to hear with a new implant. So literally, he kind of didn't know what I said. And so Saturday, he's probably sitting around wondering why I didn't call him. And I was like, remember when we talked on Friday and I said, I'm not going to call you? And he was like, oh, yeah.
Oh, he probably talked bad about you on Saturday.
Daughter guilt. Yep.
Yeah, he probably hammered you on Saturday. You probably grounded and everything.
And then he had an argument with our good friend of ours about how old he was. And she said, happy 77th. And he goes, I'm not 77. I'm 76. And she said, Charles Wright, I know how old you are. So
does he get up and go? He gets up and goes out and has coffee in the morning, right?
Oh, he goes out and has breakfast every morning.
Okay.
Yes, he eats breakfast and lunch out, and then he goes to the coffee shop, and then he has dinner in usually.
And that's down in Arkansas.
Yeah.
So I mean, look, take your phone with you, Dad. You know, put it on the table there where you're talking to your buddies, having breakfast. And I mean, we can give you topics to talk about.
Oh, my goodness.
Right?
That would be That would be so funny.
Oh,
I don't think we should encourage that though. He has to wear these special headphones, and he has to turn it up. He has to be like focused. But I'm going to tell him you said that and see if he'll be like, "How can I do that? The next time you come, would you show me how to do that?" That's what he would say.
oh, I'd be all over that. That's my dream in life. I want to be one of those guys. I want
Yeah,
to find me a
yeah,
place, and I want it to be like a Major League Baseball team. I want people to try to draft me.
yeah.
I want
Oh yeah.
McDonald's and Burger King and where else, Bubs and wherever else people gather. I want them to apply to have me hang out at their place because I'll be there every day regularly when I
That's how
retire.
they used to pick a number. So the waitress, this is a true story. The waitress would pick a number between one and whatever, and they would go around the table. And whatever guy got closest, whoever got closest had to buy the coffee, and like a whole 8 cups of coffee was like $4 or whatever.
Oh, be my luck. I'm out $4 every day. They'd rig it or something. So happy World Redhead Day. I know a few redheads. Apparently, less than 2% of the population has red hair. Red hair is thicker than other colors and harder to dye.
Huh?
And redheads are more likely to be left-handed. Did you know that?
No, I had no idea there was correlation.
And redheads are more sensitive to hot, cold, and pain.
Hey, my dad's left-handed,
So am I.
but you don't have red hair.
If I don't have any hair, you don't know if it's red or not. Actually, used to when my beard would grow in a little bit. Now where it's white, it would
Yep.
actually grow in somewhat red.
My brother's is the same way. But I mean, like you have maybe it's just the color of the screen. You're a light. I mean, you have a little red in there too.
Yeah, just a
Yeah,
little bit. Yeah,
more gray than anything else. There, hot shot.
it's getting there. I don't know how that happened. I was looking back at some pictures the other day from just a few years ago. Some people were looking at Jennifer and I's wedding photos, like, "Oh my gosh, it didn't even look like you." I'm looking 4 years ago, and it doesn't look like me because my beard wasn't this light. I'm going, how did that happen? So, with you going camping this weekend, there were a lot of folks that got out and did different stuff. I
Yep.
did see some pictures of some Indiana beaches that were just like
Really.
jam packed. There was no social distancing going on there. So, and
Everybody.
I think people are just getting fed up and tired, and they're just
Yeah.
done with it.
Quarantine fatigue, they said. People are tired of being in and they just need to get out. And so people need to do that and just be safe. Like be responsible for you. You can't be
Mhm.
responsible for what other people are doing, but you can be responsible for what you're doing.
Right. So, Saturday night, actually, it all started last week. We get a call from Central Hardin about potentially James Hummel and I helping with their project graduation.
Fun.
So I'm like, yeah, let's do that. So just to get better Wi-Fi and some stuff going on, we ended up having it at my house on Saturday, and so they kept it like super secretive so people didn't show up, you know.
That's funny.
But we spread out. We had things lined out. It was a good little system. So we ended up having a dance party on Saturday night for project graduation, and then on top of that, James Hummel and I last night did another dance party here for like an
See
hour
what
and a
happens,
half.
see what happens when you go to the woods for 3 days? You miss not one, but 2 dance parties.
Yeah, it was a good one last night. You know why?
Wow.
We got blocked again on Facebook.
You all are rebels.
You know when you're partying hardy and they block you on Facebook, not once
What'd
but
you do wrong
twice.
this time?
I think James played too much "Born in the USA."
What?
There's just certain things you can't play the entire song, even though
Oh,
we have the rights to play them. Facebook doesn't know that. Their computers pick it up. Blah blah
okay.
blah. So it was
Okay.
just kind of crazy.
Okay.
But anyway, so
So what does it do? Does it shut you down or send you like a beep? Do you get like a monster through the computer? How do you know?
no, so my software continues to play like it would because it's
Right?
feeding it to Facebook. It's just Facebook blocked it. It
Okay.
doesn't tell me that hey nobody can see it now. And then
Oh,
all
I
of a
get it.
sudden I stop seeing comments, or I stop, and then I have my phone as a monitoring device, kind of like you do.
Yep.
And then I would see all of a sudden there's no numbers there, and I'm like
Wow.
oh. And then I go into my notifications and it's like, ha ha, you've been blocked. I was like, in your face,
Wow.
Mark Zuckerberg. We'll just stop and start again.
I
And
was
then
gonna say.
and Jay Hobbs, being a loyal viewer, we got blocked once over Milli Vanilli.
Oh,
How do you get blocked? Milli Vanilli, Blame It on the Rain. We played it as a joke. I
That's
think
funny.
Jay Hobbs actually requested that song.
That's
And,
funny.
and we got dumped. They don't even sing the
Milli
song.
Vanilli doesn't even own that song.
Right. Anyway, so but it worked out. It was a lot of fun. We had a good time. I was pretty pumped up over that. Of course,
So are all the graduations over? Like I know they've all been recorded and done. I know they played some of them over the weekend because I knew I wasn't going to be here to see them. Are there more in our community to be done still?
I think no. Now, for me, yes, because my day today and tomorrow is working on Campbellsville High School. We've like that's why I wasn't for making your mailbox last week, but finishing up their production, which takes a while. But E-Town Saturday night, worked out well. So
I heard it was amazing.
We were excited about that. Our team put that together, and then so of course all the other graduations went on as well. So
good.
And then I'm working later this week on West Point Independent School's 8th grade graduation.
Okay.
So
fun.
Yeah, it'll be fun. So there's just all kinds of stuff. Social media is great when you think about that because you can put them on Facebook, you can put them on YouTube. You got that. Oh, let me ask you: do you TikTok?
No.
Do you even watch TikTok?
No.
Don't.
I know. I don't. I don't snap or talk.
I don't Snapchat, but I've become a TikTok stalker. I just watch TikTok because I'm not going to be that guy. And if you're watching this and you're over the age of 40 and you're TikTok, do you? That's good. That's cool. I just don't think I can do it. I may end up trying to do it.
I don't even have it. Is it its own app or do you do it on the internet?
It's its own app.
Okay. Yeah. I just don't know.
Don't do it.
Don't? Okay.
It's a rabbit hole.
Oh, listen.
I sat in the hammock in the backyard Saturday afternoon. Sunday afternoon for a couple of hours. And I look up and it had been 45 minutes that went by and I'd just been scrolling through.
Listen, that is why I had to stop. Like when Pinterest became a thing, I had to stop. Like there were only certain hours of the day and certain days of the week that I would let myself look at anything on Pinterest because like the next thing was better, the next thing was better, the next thing was better. And all of a sudden dinner has burned and my dog has peed on the floor. Like I could not, I have no self-control when it comes to that stuff.
Yeah, me neither. If you ever watched that video, he's kind of doing like us, John Krasinski, is that his name from The Office?
Okay. So I did see he does he do them all the time? Because I saw one.
Yeah, it's called Some Good News. He's been doing those for a while. Well, get this. It's moving to Viacom CBS after the network emerged victorious in a bidding war.
What?
Yeah. By the way, if something we have never done before. Look, if you want to email me, you can email me, Greg at teamhcc.com. We may be missing these negotiations.
We might.
So if you're one of those networks and you've been trying to figure out how to get a hold of us, it's Greg at teamhcc.com. I'm sorry if we've missed out on this early.
If someone's been bidding on us, we owe you an email.
They've been worried probably all weekend.
Listen.
They're like, this John Krasinski thing, he's going to go with somebody, and we're all going to be left hanging the bag. I can't get a hold of Bacon in the mailbox.
That is hysterical.
So he's emerged Viacom CBS again, won in the bidding war, but he will not be hosting it anymore.
Wow.
He's enjoyed huge success with it, but which he created, kind of like we did, to provide a spot of light relief during the virus pandemic.
Yep.
But he said he's got other stuff to do.
Wow.
So
we'll do it.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'll do it for half of what he got out of the deal.
I'll do it for half of what you'll do it for. How about that? I win. Woohoo!
My own co-host trying to underbid me here.
Hey, for real, are we a package deal, or are you going to take that? Are you going to do that negotiations and like not copy me and take a deal? Because I think similar to when we win the lottery, because we spit shook on that.
Yeah,
we should also spit shake on. You can't take the contract with him without me.
Oh, I'm saying it publicly right now. I mean, we're a team. Bacon in your mailbox is us.
All right. So
We're
make
a
sure you
team deal.
copy, when they email you, you copy me on your reply, or I will know.
Oh, well, you'll know anyway, because I'll pick you up in my new convertible.
That's hysterical. I love it.
All right, so we're in. Look, for us not to have any content today, I think we've done pretty well with it.
Yeah, we just make some up.
That's kind of how we roll. One thing I did forget to put on my screen today is my graphic for. Well, that's not a good deal. I don't have my graphic for bacon bits. Yeah, I'm slacking on that because, see, with everything that I had going on,
yeah,
it was just kind of crazy. So I had to remove some of the graphics that I use on my little device over here because I had so.
Vicky says she's got my back. So my girl Vicky's going to look out for me if you become famous without me.
Oh, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do it. All right, so I did find my bacon bits little tab there. There we go. So bacon bits for those that are new, and now that people are getting out, you can use this around a campfire. So if you gather with your friends in small groups, and they're all telling stories and things, kind of like Jana around the campfire, and they're telling stories about their kids.
Yep.
I'm sure at some point you brought up a bacon bit.
You can shock and amaze people with your knowledge,
Yeah.
and they are like, "How do you know that?" You're like, "It's a bacon bit."
Yeah, it's a bacon bit. And they're like, "What's a bacon bit?" You just kind of.
You don't know? Have you not heard?
You not heard?
You got to get with the program.
Tuesdays and Thursdays at 9 a.m. Even if you don't watch it live, you can go back and watch it because really none of the stuff is time sensitive because it's all made up as they go.
It's not even really relevant if you want to be honest.
Right. None of it is. I mean, we don't talk about, it's not like, hey, call us in the next 5 minutes and win this.
Yeah, all right. You got it.
So, bacon bit. Did you know the lollipop? This is for Mitch, by the way.
Oh, awesome.
I found this one was dedicated to Mitch before we even got started.
Okay.
The lollipop was named after Lollipop, one of the most famous racehorses of the early 1900s.
He'll love that. I'm going to throw that one out for sure.
There you go. Hey, I'm going to throw this out before I forget. Mary Stucker Hall says, I'm late coming in today. We'll have to watch the rerun. I have a date with my hair guy.
Oh, I'm jealous. Enjoy it. That's the best date ever.
Yeah. That's when you know where you rate with your hairstylist right now.
Listen, I would ditch you for a second to go get a haircut right now.
Do you have an appointment? Do you have an appointment?
I do.
Later,
June 9th. But I was a little late getting on. Like, I don't know why I thought that magically when they reopened, someone would just call me.
Yeah. Jennifer's the same way.
I'll get in.
She's
all right.
She's back there. I'm not even going to say anything because I don't want to get started with your hairstylist or anything.
She's famous too, so see, she's got a lot of more important clients than me. I learned that the hard way this month.
So on average, according to this bacon bit, on average, the more features your phone has, the longer you spend in the bathroom. They based on apps and things. So the more apps you have on your phone, the more time you will spend in the bathroom.
So, I'm a proponent of the basket outside of the bathroom door. Don't take that phone in the bathroom.
Oh, your kids live by that rule?
Don't do it. Oh, of course not. But I'm a proponent of it.
Oh
no, my family, they.
I was going to say that's got to be a tough one to sell.
That's horrible.
For sure. All right. Did you have a hot dog or anything grilled over the fire this weekend?
Yep. Sure did. I had a hot dog and I had a hamburger, and we had made quesadillas ahead of time, and we put them in foil and put those on the grate over everything I ate came off the fire. It was phenomenal.
Oh, that's some good eating right there.
Yep.
So did you have ketchup on your hot dog? You a ketchup person?
I do like ketchup on my hot dog. Right, little bit of ketchup and a little bit of mustard.
So the proper flow of ketchup is important to know so you don't oversaturate your hot dog or underserve the hot dog.
Oh,
So there's actually here's a bacon bit,
Okay.
and you could have used this past weekend. The average speed of a Heinz ketchup squirt is 0.028 miles per hour. They clocked it.
You know how long it is? It's about that long.
You just-
You go straight across, or do you like squiggle?
I go straight across
I do
because
too.
the squiggle never works out for me.
Same.
Yeah. Have you ever seen those shows where they do the how they do photography with food?
Like that's fake food that looks like real food?
No, where when they make a hamburger to use for a commercial
Oh, no.
to make it look so great. I mean, the stuff that they oh yeah.
The tricks of food photography.
Yeah, no, I
Yeah,
wouldn't be eating any of that stuff.
right.
Yeah, not at all.
It's styrofoam.
Yeah. Uh and your final bacon bit for the day. It's an
Make
okay
it
one.
good.
Your mouth produces a quart of saliva every day.
That's so gross.
That's one to leave you with. That's memorable.
A quart? Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think that's page 75 of I don't know which version it is, but it's there's one back there with a pink. It's got the pink on it.
A quart of saliva.
Yes, these stats according to Uncle John's bathroom reader, which again is red flagged because that's
Which
what it's for.
is better than your phone. Take that book. Don't take your phone.
Have you
Don't
ever
take
had look, if you've never bought an Uncle John's bathroom reader, you need to do so because every story in it is less than a page or 2 pages. It's designed to read in small amounts, short periods of time.
I think that's a good idea.
There you go.
Get in, do your business, get out.
Get in, get out, get it done. All right,
That's
we
what
got
today.
in.
That's what we did today with bacon. Now we got to work. Now I got to work. I have a meeting.
Yeah. Oh, I do too.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Stith Family Farms in Painville. Also, the Award Center. Amazing Glazing Donuts. And our friends at Bluegrass Cellular for being on board. And I'm going to just scroll through here and I'm going to give it to her. You ready?
I'm ready.
Holly Stapleton.
Yay,
We'll
Hall.
give her a hammer today. Hey, Holly. Holly Stapleton. Hey, by the way, Holly Stapleton with a Bound Credit Union. There's still a sponsorship opportunity for a Bound. What? We don't have a financial institution there.
We also don't have a budget. So
Right.
you
Work
know,
out perfect. You can help us with that. When we make it famous, when we get all of these deals, we're going to need a place.
Someone to handle our finances at some point. So they may as well get in early.
Get in now before again, Greg at team8cc.com if you're with one of those major networks and you're looking to buy
contract negotiations.
All right, good stuff.
Hey,
Jana,
have a good day.
I will do that. You do the same. I know it's going to be a crazy week for you. Maybe we'll talk a little bit about your week on Thursday.
Maybe.
Yeah. Because
okay.
we don't cross pollinate our regular jobs normally, but I think it's a chance.
It might be.
And I'll bring the bourbon. We'll talk about it then.
We might need it.
All right.
Bye, y'all.
She's Jana Clark, Community Admirer. I'm Greg Milby, Community Storyteller. And this has been episode number 18 of Bacon in Your Mailbox.